Good day, all. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm coming to you with another video today, and today I want to talk about how we treat each other. Um, the women of today are doing a lot of things that are to me considered petty, and I don't know what it's for. I don't know if it's for validation. I don't know if they just want to be seen. I don't know if it's just they're going through stuff and they, but we have to band together and stop doing all of these little things to each other that can cause confusion and conflict. And what I mean about conflict is I'm going to give you a prime example how this one thing could have turned into conflict. But I'm not a confrontational person, and that's why excuse me all, I'm in my mom's house again trying to take care of her and my stepdad. They're currently out on their at their Bible study right now, but I just wanted to put this up here because experience a lot of women with low self-esteem, and a lot of women want to be confrontational with me. I don't know why, but I'm sure it's not only me, it's other women who go through it too, especially when you're living in a community that is still considered the hood. Well, I just want to tell you about a couple of incidents that happened to me all within the summertime. From the summertime, the beginning of the summer to now, I can tell you about three incidents that happened to me that I thought it was very petty, but this is how the women of today are acting. Well, the first incident I want to talk about is the incident where pulled up to the house that I live in, and it was alternate side of the street parking. So I parked on I got a spot on the side of the street that I was supposed to be on. And me and my daughter was chatting a little bit before we got out the car. Before we got out the car, a car pulls up, and the person's familiar to me, and face recognition. I recognize the face. I don't know them personally, but I do recognize the face. And pulled up to my car when there was a whole bunch of spots that you could have parked in, and kind of blocked me in and gave me barely enough space to get out the car. So when she pulled up, I'm looking at the car so I can signal to her that I'm trying to get out. And she just looked at me with an attitude and went up on the steps of the house that she was going to, and left the car double parked. And it was parked so close to my car that I can barely get out. I was trying to tell her something, but the attitude on her face, and then she just went around and went up on the steps. My daughter opened the passenger side and said, "Miss, my mom's trying to get out the car." She said, "Well, she got space to get out. I'm not stopping her from getting out. She got space to get out." My daughter was like, all right," because me and my daughter, we don't like to argue with people. We're not confrontational people. And I got out the car. Like I said, I can barely get out the car without touching her car with my door. That right there, you sparking an argument. I didn't argue though. I got out the car. I said, "Oh, okay. I got enough space to get out." I said, I got barely enough space to get out because if any little closer, I'll be scratching up your car trying to get out my car." She's like, "You got enough space to get out, but thank you." Me and my daughter just looked at each other and walked across the street. And mind you, that same person that did that has blocked me in before. Me going to work, I work nights, leaving for work at night, and my car, the headlights were on, and then you pull up to my car and you block me in, and you get out your car, and I'm trying to move, and so you're blocking me in so I can barely have enough space to get out. You and somebody else, this particular person and another person on the block, same thing. You see me sitting here with my headlights on, I'm about to pull out, and you block me in, and then try to make me wait until you ready to move before I can leave. Very unacceptable. That behavior, I don't know what that is, but it's very unacceptable. Here's another incident. You know, like I went to pick my granddaughter up from school with my daughter, and we got my grandchild. She got in the car, and we started to pull off. There was a school bus parked in a it was like a two-lane street, two-way street. There was a school bus parked, inside the, like where people couldn't pass. So I was going to go around the school bus because I had enough time and space to do that. Now, you know how long a regular school bus is. When I got all the way to the front of the school bus, this car coming down the street, instead of them waiting for me to pass, pulled in where I couldn't pass. Now, so she was blocking me, blocking the school bus, and blocking the cars behind me and the cars behind her. The cars behind her was backing up because they seen that it was only this much space for me to pass the school bus to get around it so that the traffic could keep flowing. Y'all, when I tell y'all, this lady would not back up. The bus driver was yelling at her. The cars that were behind her that backed up, they were yelling at her. The cars on my end was yelling at her. She would not move. She wouldn't budge. So I was like, okay, I'll sit here because I got time today. So if this is what she wants to be petty and she wants to do, we'll do it. We'll sit here. I'm going to sit here patiently. And I can't back up because there's other cars behind me. And the cars that were behind her backed up so that she can back up an inch like that. But she chose not to. She chose to sit right there and block me in and block everybody from moving because she felt, I guess, like I should have backed up. But I was already all the way in front of the school bus. Like I was where the driver can see me. So that tells you how much space I had to go around the school bus. I'm trying to get around the school bus before she came down the block. But she had to be petty and pull right up to me like, I'm not moving. So we sat there for about a good, I want to say 8 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes, blocking up both sides of the traffic. Finally, the bus driver was heated with her. The bus driver finally moved the school bus and the traffic was able to flow. Very petty. Very, very, very unacceptable and petty behavior. I didn't say anything. I just let that ride. I should have took my phone out and recorded her ass. The third incident was I was coming down my mom's block in the Bronx, and there was a fire drill happening. There's 2 schools on the block. Okay, so I respect the fire drill, but I'm the only car waiting on the block. So the I don't know if she was a principal or if she was a teacher or what she was, but she was in the middle of the street conducting the children and stopping the traffic from going. I said, okay, no problem. I'll sit here, wait patiently, and no problems. I waited patiently, and y'all tell me why all the kids from the left side of the street was back on the right side of the street. So everybody had crossed because the fire drill was on both sides of the street. But the left side had to cross back over to the school side. And I was waiting patiently. All the kids from the left side was back on the right side of the school bus. So it should have been a good time for me to pass. When I tell y'all that she was standing there looking at her phone with her hand out, hand out like that, looking at her phone, and the traffic and the kids, all the kids from the left side was already on the right side and going back into the building. I don't know if she wanted to be seen. I don't know if she wanted to control when I can go and when I can come. I don't know what she was doing, but I was waiting patiently. And then after 5 minutes, I'm like, there's no other kids crossing. Why are you still in the street with your hand up and you're just looking at your phone right now? Now you're just wasting my time at this point. Y'all, I had a lot of patience up until I didn't have any more patience. And I started to drive. I drive slowly because I didn't want to run nobody over. And I slowly drove past her. When I got past her, I see her yelling down the block, well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you want to control when I can come and go. That's what you're trying to do. I gave you all the respect in the world. I waited patiently, and the only thing you could do was still continue to mess with my time, the time that I'm supposed to be pulling off to get back home. So I pulled off. I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take, the wait. But these are like three little examples of how women can be so goddamn petty. Like, I don't understand what it's about. Like, why are women so petty? Why do women want to get under your skin? Why do they want to have this control? Some people are really control freaks. Like, and I'm really, really seeing that, the more and more as I go along, that some women are control freaks. They. And if you like that with some stranger outside, I could imagine what you do to your husband or your children or the people that live in the house with you, that live in an apartment or a house with you. So, I just want to say, can we stop being petty? Can we stop doing these little indirect things to each other? Like, it doesn't make sense to be that petty. I'm not a nasty person. And I just don't know why some people have to be nasty. And what is it that it's a defense mechanism, or what is it that the reason why you think you have to be petty to another woman? So that is it. I just wanted to talk about those three examples and let y'all know that, this world is not nice. Like, people in this world today are not nice, and you have to really, really be on your P's and Q's. Like, you really have to protect yourself today, protect your energy, and keep your vibrations high, because if you don't, somebody will try to lower all of that for you. Like, if you don't keep yourself at a certain like, you don't keep your mental at a certain degree, somebody will try you, and you'll probably lose your patience. But I tried not to lose my patience, and I did a damn good job at it. And I don't let women get under my skin, but they do try very hard to do that. So I just want to let other women know that some people, you have to try your best to ignore them, because sometimes when people are starting trying to start a controversial controversy with you, or start an argument or fight with you, um, it's because they're angry, or they're going through something, and they need somebody to take it out on. So if you don't want to be that person that they take it out on, um, you should just try to like, ignore it, and try to be keep yourself as calm, cool, collected as possible. And sometimes you'd be surprised when you do those things. It makes the other person feel like crap, because you didn't do what they was expecting you to do. They was expecting you to spaz out on them, and you didn't do that. Sorry, my mom's towel was in the back. You didn't do that. You didn't spaz out on them. You was calm, cool, and collected. But sometimes people who look like me, women who look like me, we get the shitty end of the stick, because everybody expects us to spaz out on them. They do little indirect things to you so that you can have an attitude and you can look like the bad guy. But I don't feed into any of that, and I always can tell when someone's trying to spark up an attitude with me. So like, you just have to, you know, don't take everything out of context. Don't get angry. Don't don't yell, fuss, or fight. I know some people that I grew up with that as soon as you would have did some bullshit like that, they was ready to fight. I'm not that person. I don't like controversy. Like I said in my previous videos, I don't like fighting, but if you come at me, I will defend myself. So with that being said, ladies, can we please start treating each other a little bit better? Like, there's no need to be nasty with each other. Can you sometimes listen to each other and let your brain connect the dots on what is actually happening, and what, you know, that you actually don't have to be a nasty person to this person. Sometimes if you just hold the conversation with the person, you'll see that that person is not what you expected of them. It's not the person that you thought they were. So with that being said, I just wanted to put this out here and let everybody know that we need to do better as far as communicating with each other and uplifting each other. And you know that song Queen Latifah made back in the day, UNITY? That's what we need. We need that. We don't need to be, you know, trying to fight and trying to spark arguments with each other. So, yeah. Next time somebody tries to get under your skin, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Because maybe that person who's trying to get under your skin is going through some personal problems, and they're trying to take it out on you. If you don't want to be the victim of the person that they're trying to take it out on, just ignore them or just kill them with kindness. And that is my message for today. And I will talk to you all later. And I'm happy to be up here with you, and I will upload another video soon. That being said, everybody have a good day, and talk to you soon. Peace.